And then your borders for your other ones is
Yeah, everything just black and white. Just this is the only one I changed. Everything else black.
interesting.
Changes. Just look nicer and cleaner.
Yeah, because I have a blue mark on my screen.
Mm.
Oh, okay, this looks so much better. Honestly, reading this is a lot better.
Mm.
But I can't read the symbols. Like if you go up, you can't read the text. You're in GC1 gold, top
DC.
left.
Oh, right here. Yeah, I
I
like
can't
that.
read any of these. How do I change the text?
Um, not sure. Oh, the settings. You go. Settings. Was it trading symbol or
Text.
something?
Give your text black. Yeah, I fixed it.
Mm.
Okay, I fixed it. There you go.
I use the watermark. What is it? Indicator to have. Yeah, it right here in the date.
Mhm.
Also says
Yeah, I really like this.
fix your
So
trade.
I can see that it's tapping. All right, this is really nice. Now, for when you're looking for entry, you look at.
Oh yeah, I was
That's
expecting.
why I'm confused because you can look at many time frames
Mm-hmm.
and you do use the 369 rule.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're at the 1 minute, I look to enter in the 1 minute, but then I look for a confirmation on the 6 minute
Yeah.
or 5 minute, whatever is closer. But I think you could put in 6 minutes too, right?
Yeah, you could.
Like manually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
So it wouldn't matter.
I see 6 hours doing one of these or whatever. I'll probably use this load. 2 candles, 3 candles. Okay. 2 breaks. Higher time frame. Boom. Confirms longs for me. So I want to start entering around here. And if we do
So you're looking
these.
for a BOS on the higher time frame.
Mm-hmm. And then same shit on the lower time frame. BOS
Yeah,
is, and I'm also
your
for
strategy is
breaks.
pretty simple. You just
Mm-hmm.
look at time frames, you look at half
Mm-hmm.
lives, you make sure that the higher time frame indicates
Aligns all
a
time frames.
bullish number.
Yeah. See, we're gonna see what happened in this area when we go lower. And then put that green. All right, that's our, yeah, this is our context time frame. So we have the context tells us, okay, context should be higher. So the 30-minute needs to be aligning with that context. So validating that context that is true. And what did it, let me
So you would have entered at the bullish momentum there when it broke structure for long.
not yet, not yet. Like with 30-minute, we want to see this. Yes,
Well,
and
I'm looking on the green, yeah. You
yeah,
see with the green,
nice
as
flush
soon
out.
as it broke structure here
Hmm.
on the upside.
Yeah, I'm not answering it. Once it's flushing down, okay, that's good. I want to go on a lower time frame and see breaks to the top side. But even on the 30, you can see what happened. This area, one break, two break. Okay, that's indicating higher prices. Simple, simple, simple. And then you do the same shit on this to get an entry. Now it's falling down, which is good. Just play it forward, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, possibly around here.
So you would enter BOS.
Mm-hmm. Buy stop. So we get one. And then this is a long sideways because this could just move sideways for as long as it wants. And I'm buy stopping that high or getting a more refined entry like on the 1 minute. Look, one break, two break through that high and midnight price.
How do you get a like? I would honestly want to get a better entry, but
That's why 369 comes in. If you have a 3 6 or 9, you can buy stop that 3 6 or 9 candle, which is usually like lows.
because I see here it swept liquidity
Mm.
until for to get on the upside, and you can have a like there could be an order block here
Mhm.
that could have validated it.
Facts, facts. And if you get a 3 6 or 9 within a time cluster, that is, oh. Lovely.
So when you say 3, 6, or 9, you're just looking at time.
Yeah, looking at time, and you add, or you can also subtract the time to get 3, 6, or 9. Like 54. What is that? 9. What is it? 59. What is that? You get 14. 14 minus 1. I mean, 4 minus 1.
What do you mean? What do you mean you subtract?
You can subtract.
Like depending on what time it is. So it's 5:49 right now for me. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You're saying I subtract 9 minutes.
No, 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 no. 49. So 4 plus 9 is what? 13, right? And that's not a 369 on number because you
So you have to add the 2 minutes together.
you could add or subtract because if you had let's say
So I'm saying 4 minus 9 would be,
yeah, like
yeah, but how does that
47.
work when the time changes?
Time
Because
changes.
if it's an even time,
Mhm.
then you have a zero and you can't subtract.
Uh, could if it's 30, what is that? Just that's 3. 3 minus 0, 3 plus 0 is still 3.
Again, before that it was 29.
So yeah, you pay no mind to 29. Is that 3, 6, or 9? If you add them. Mhm.
28 would have been.
Yeah, 28, 6.
And what does that tell you? Does that tell you your confirmation for your
Uh,
entry, or
that usually is the low or the swing low or swing high that it will make, and then it'll continue going that direction and come lower, and then make and
so it can be anywhere between the time frame that you're looking at?
mm-hmm. Let me go to
That's
NQ.
so bizarre. I've never seen that before.
NQ plays much better. Let me see it. Exit ace, reversal position master.
And you've been doing this for a while with these refining this strategy.
Oh, 3, 6, and 9. I just started like 3 months ago, 4 months ago, around
Did it help improve your win rate?
type. Yeah, I stay out of bad entries, and if it's like, yeah, yeah. No, my win rate's still semi the same because I take my break evens. I take my, yeah, I'm not afraid to take a break even or a loss or, yeah. Where's this shit, man? Oh, replay, yes.
Do you have a PDF with your entry criteria, or do you just
Um, what is
have
it?
you made one?
No, I was doing a case
Of
study.
course.
I was
You have
doing a case
book,
study
but
on that
you
though.
haven't read one.
Not really. Not really. I heard it mentioned one time in the Twitter space, and I was like, that sounds interesting. Let me actually like go a little deeper with it. Then I just started seeing it happen all the time. 3 would be the swing low. I have like, I don't know, old entries that I've taken in my journal or in my group.
It's just a little confusing because it's not very like it's abstract.
Yeah.
As you can either subtract or add.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
But
I mean?
to make it easier on yourself, just focus on the adding. And then you only take the 3, 6, or 9 that add up, not subtract. Because you could test it and see if the subtract ones even play out as good. But I've not done that extensive testing yet. I just take both sides, and if it's 3, 6, or 9, and most likely gonna be a good entry in my book. But let us see here if it has. Alright, so we came here. What is the high here? Oh, God. This high is 30. Interesting. This low is 41. What is 41? That's 3, right? This
Yeah,
high.
when you're subtracting.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, mostly swing highs, swing lows. If you just hover near them, this is a 9. This swing low right here. 9. Let's go back more. This swing low right here. 1 and 2 is 3. Interesting, right? Okay, and then here, 2 and 1, 3. Oh, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Right. See, this one was 30. Yeah, yeah, this is 5, but next was 3-3. And it still played out pretty okay.
If you add the other ones up though too, can you just like have false moves?
Uh,
Yes.
yeah,
Like look at another 9.
another 9.
Yeah.
Okay,
Or 6. 6 right there. It's top, 9 on top.
9 is here. Yeah, yeah. But I wouldn't pay no
Do 1
mind
and 5
to
right now. Let's see 1 and 5. So 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
So 13, 15. 13, 15.
13, 15, or 13, 51, or 15. 15 is here.
So what is it? I would just filter these out.
Yeah, it's going to be your discretion. You gotta test it to see how you can use it to your advantage. Yeah, yeah, advantage.
But it usually, though, on the lows, it usually lands around that area. Just like go again to highs and lows. Just want to see.
Okay, this is 59.
One was directly, yeah, at the
59.
13 mark. No,
This one,
yeah, it was directly at a
12:59. 59, 14.
Well, technically, well, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
If you use military time,
Mm-hmm. That's what I do.
it technically without the zeros there and without the 60,
Mm-hmm.
it technically hits the top value. It'll hit at the 13 mark.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it technically 6?
13.
Right there, yeah. Isn't that technically a 6?
Not really. It's
Let's look at it. Go to 1259. What's 9 minus 5? Or wait,
minus 5 is 4.
no, you can't have them.
But 9 plus 5 is 14. How can you get 3? 1 and 4. That is 3. But
It's a little confusing
yeah, yeah.
because you're adding in the
Yeah, and then I was resubtract just to get it to you just gotta get one number. So if it's like 4, 5, and 6, add all those together and see with that number you get, you gotta bring it to one number. It could be like 50, 50. You gotta add it to, or subtract to. Yeah. And I also use like time as a confluence. So if like 13 is above, there's a sign that is a reversal. This didn't play out good, but 13 is usually a good indication of to where price should be heading, like gold on Friday.
Have you tried looking at Renko candles ever?
Nah.
You know why I'm saying that, right? Because it moves with specific amount of time. Like if you switch the candles,
Mm.
first thing on the top, up, yeah. Again,
Yeah, but this shit, man.
do you know switch it?
Nah, this shit mad slow right now because I'm at my friend's house. I don't know what's up with this Wi-Fi.
Alright, let me show you.
Okay, I got it. Now it dropped.
Oh yeah, you got it. So scroll down and click Renko.
Renko.
Yeah, click it. Click it.
I did. Well, I'm telling you, this Wi-Fi is
Why is it taking so long?
mm,
Oh, there you
probably not the best, I guess. I'm all the way upstairs.
go. So if you look at time now,
Mm-hmm.
you'll see that it's different for each move because it's specific movement, and it doesn't matter what the time is. It'll
Mm-hmm.
just mark the movement. So 10 pips. You can change what the movement is,
Okay.
but you can see how much you moved in a specific amount of time.
Mm. I hear you. I hear you. Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna switch to this though. I've trained my eyes.
I know a lot of futures traders use it. That's what I'm saying.
I hear
They use it on the 1 second. Go to the 1 second,
1 second.
like this.
Hmm. Okay, that's interesting. I will have to do some testing trading this, but yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm just saying that
Yeah,
I've seen the futures traders be very
it's cool. That's cool. It's whatever
definitely
works.
no gaps as well.
Uh, yes, and really no, they don't really
Like the no
matter.
gap indicator.
Oh yeah, I have the no gap indicator because for the seconds, only for the seconds. But for the higher time frames, I like seeing the gaps. Like, yeah, NQ, what gap are we drawing to? The daily volume imbalance. Oh, it's gonna be, and then we're gonna drop all the way to the hill. I like gold though right now. If we don't take that low, it's a higher low, and we gonna go higher and higher. Bro, let's put this.
Could it potentially? Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna take that low,
Mm-hmm.
this definite, and then it could just bounce from there to go higher.
Mm-hmm. Cause we didn't.
I wasn't. I'm in the short from like 20 minutes ago.
You're still holding.
I'm,
That's what's up.
I'm
That's
gold.
what's up. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we just drawing to this high. I mean, volume imbalance. See clearly on the
Do
day.
you ever go for gap fills as well, or do you not use those?
Yeah, I like gaps getting filled because yeah, market needs to get priced there because gaps are a void of price, and yeah, they need buyers and sellers.
Honestly, I've seen it hit maybe 80, 90% of the time. Sometimes it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it doesn't, yeah,
Like what is it for NQ? If we gap up at 9:30 at opening, we most likely gonna continue that by pressure to 10:45. If we don't have a reversal by 10:45, it's usually around 10:15, but 10:45, if you don't get it by then, you're just gonna continue going higher. So I use time
EST,
confluence, huh?
EST, you're saying?
EST,
Yeah,
huh?
like New York time.
Oh yeah. 8:30 New York time, 9:30 New York. But yeah. And if 10:13 is above 10 o'clock price, 10 o'clock is most likely the resistance or support that she's gonna use and not trade below or higher. Like there's certain conditions that need to be met for time to actually play out the way it needs to play
Mm.
out. Oh yeah, I also use the fib a lot just on the daily candles and weekly candles just to see where EQ is and yeah, just like gold. What is it? On the daily, we have not even reached EQ. So I'm kind of hesitant to even short, but it's good that we're trading lower at first. Spend some time within this fair value gap. Yeah. And then 50% of this wick, which is probably a lower time frame order block or something or whatever.
When you use half life, you just say like if it, in what time frames you usually use it.
Any I use
Rare ones like
uh,
15 minute.
mhm. Like the daily. Daily just open. We got 19 hours left. We not even at the half life. So yeah, we just waiting for it to reach 12 hours left, and then that's the half life of the daily, which should start changing direction if it wants to. It don't need to. This hour just opened up. This is good. Open up to create the top wick, which is usually the first 10 minutes it takes. That's why macros are important. You'll see where the manipulation happens or whatever you want to see. But accumulation, manipulation, distribution. We are accumulating. We're gonna manipulate and then distribute, or Are we gonna manipulate that distributor? Yeah, but it's basically how I see the markets, and yeah, the higher time frame arrays that I use. Hope that helped. I don't know if it was clear because I don't really teach that much.
The problem is it's so uh, interpreted, you know,
Yeah,
like
you
it
gotta
can
use
change
your
so much
you gotta use your
depending on
discretion.
the user. That's why I'm saying it needs to be like a little bit more concrete on like set of rules that would I would follow. You know what I mean?
Okay.
In order to determine an entry, not
Okay. Entries.
based on intuition, because it's
Entries.
not repeatable. Like the way you're saying it,
Mm-hmm.
it can't. It's not always repeatable because someone else might look at something differently.
That's true. That's true. That's why you do testing and see, how you can use it. But yeah, I like this. We got below 18, come back to test it. We should just fly a little lower to go higher. I'm expecting EQ of the range up. Yeah, I need to go home, man. This shit, man, so bro.
Oh, you're not home?
No, I'm at my friend's house. But damn,
So what's the deal with 930? Why does it seem like it's a huge order block?
it's 9:30 right here. From
Yeah, when
Friday.
I look at GC Gold on my, oh no, it's not even GC Gold. It's kind of like DXY, but my own creation of it.
Hmm.
Did I send you
Mm, I think
that?
so.
Custom basket.
Yeah, you sent me those.
For some reason, there's like a huge order block in that area.
You talking about this up before the down, last up before the down.
Yeah, yeah. I'm looking at it. I was not looking at gold, but it's fine. But yeah, I can if I zoom out on the 1 minute, I just see that 930 past day order block. It basically acts like a
That's facts. And
right,
it's,
isn't it?
yeah, it's interesting how price didn't even get back into it.
I looked at it on the left, more of left side view.
Um,
Go a bit more left in that chart. Each it just kept tapping in that zone and
oh, this was
going
9.
higher.
It's 9:30 opening. And
Well,
just,
I don't know why yours looks like that.
is it because of the electronic trading hours? It's better.
Maybe. But what I'm trying to, if you look in the 1v1 chat, it's like that. Like it taps at 930 zone
Mm,
and then goes higher. It kind of acts like an order block.
yeah, I pay no mind to those. I mean, it's good to know, but yeah, order blocks don't usually even get traded back to or. Yeah.
What's his name? Easy. I don't know if you know him.
Oh, yeah, I
He
like the way he
trades
trades.
just purely that.
I like the way he trades.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
That's
pretty
what we're
simple.
talking about. His own stuff.
Yeah,
Very interesting.
that's the way I used to trade. Cause true demand needs to be validated. If you have an order block, you can refine it too, where you can find the sharpest entries. That's why I jack the way he trades, cause I used to use that a lot. But that was too many, like zooming down on the 1 minute. Oh, okay, there's still a fair value gap here, so it's not. It didn't fill all the way. Banks needs to get money back there to mitigate those prices, and then that's why yeah, his entries are fire. I can't lie. Can't lie.
Yeah, and he uses like he holds for a while. Right?
Uh, but yeah, it's pretty simple. But that's why I moved from there because it's like most of them don't even get traded back to, or sometimes they don't even hold. So I just trade momentum and we get one break, two break. I'm taking this little break through this high right here. Boom. Stop loss below here. If it comes back, most of my trades just run because once it takes a high, what happens? It just runs, it runs, it runs.
So most of your
So,
trades are BOS.
yeah, buy stops.
So break of structure, you see the break of structure on the
Mm-hmm.
upside, you just enter.
Mm-hmm.
And then what is your TP zone?
TP zone is my stop loss. And I will hold until it
Sometimes the
proves me
gaps are
wrong. Like if I take this long here, I'm trailing under each 5 minute burst. So when a 5 minute candle has a lot of like
Mhm.
momentum, that's when I will yeah, I will move my stop right below that 5 minute. I don't even need it to close. I can care less if it closes. Just
I trail as well, but sometimes I get stopped on my trail
you
if
gotta
there's a little pullback, and I don't get that continuation.
you just gotta know the points of invalidations, the valid points of invalidations instead of. Do you just put your stop randomly, like under like trailing, or just like are you putting it like under a swing?
When I see high volume, I'll start moving it.
Okay.
Like if I was in a short, for instance, over there, and I
Mm-hmm.
saw those candles, I just start moving it below the candle.
Mm-hmm.
So high volume, and I see where it wicks zones where it can come back to. I mean, it works.
It works. I think we're gonna sweep these highs, tap 930, and then see some lower prices. But this is a good down move for gold to just continue going way higher, cause yeah, I don't really see it. Like you're looking at the higher time frame. Like we need one more leg up, cause markets move in like what is it?
Well, the day here is
Stages.
getting bearish,
Mm-hmm.
so it could have a little bit of continuation down.
Mm-hmm. So it had this flush
If we
out.
see that wick, the wick it made last day,
Mm-hmm.
so yesterday, not yesterday, Friday, I'm guessing,
Yeah, Friday.
price might want to try to refill into that wick
Mm-hmm.
and continue down, right?
Yeah, I was looking at. No, I wouldn't say continue down, man. It just structure is up on the higher time frame. The lowest I think she might go is 50% of that wick. If she disrespects it, then yeah, we could see lower prices. But why would we see lower prices if structure is all the way up? We could have
Listen,
flushes out.
I see this huge. You see this? Yeah, look at that candle, the 1 hour on the short.
There's,
I want to see. You know what I want to see? I want to see a price refill
mm,
into the in over there where your cursor is. Go a
mhm.
little bit lower.
Right here.
Over here, yeah.
Okay, so take these lows.
Inside zone.
Okay.
Yeah. And then maybe come to the upside.
Yeah. I was looking at that if we get back to EQ, but since we're not at EQ yet, I would not see no shorts. Shorts play out, yes, they play out, but it's like which move is sustaining and you know
Mhm.
lasting. That's why structure is in on the higher time frame. These little pullbacks, I can give a fuck about. I'll just wait until I can ride the market back up. Waiting.
That's a long time to hold a position. You normally don't even hold that long.
No, no, fuck no. I'm out within like an hour.
If you go look at the 15-minute,
No, I don't have the
oh,
time.
you don't even have 15 minutes.
Yeah, so when you look at
Do you
it.
not use it?
No, I don't use it. That's why I have the 15 minute on the side, and then I just look at it on the side, and it's, yeah, this is good. Look, we came down, tested 1300, and then 13. Yeah, bro, look, we should be taking these highs. I think this low move mean nothing. Okay, it's not even a time. But yeah, I also like entering within macros. I'm not really gonna like enter outside the macro. Because if you know how the hour closes and then the next hour opens, half life of the macro should be something nice and interesting there. Say 50.
When you say also true time, like, what do you mean by that? Like, what times can those be?
Like true day and stuff?
Is it when 4 hours closes and a 1 hour and a 3 hour and a 6 hour at the same time?
What do you.
Like a creation of a new candle for all those
That's.
times?
You talking about true day? I don't say true time. True day is 1800. Because that's
I
the
say true
daily
day.
candle. Daily candle.
No, because there's certain times that other time frames line up with each other. Do you know what I mean?
Like
Like the
the time levels?
45, you'll have the 15 minute, the 5, the 45 all line up, right?
Mm-hmm.
The 30 minute, only the 5, the 10, the 1 line up. You know what I mean? You have the end of 30 minutes.
Okay. So the time
And the 15
correlation
minute line
within
up.
all them.
But like at 6:10, you only have the 5 minute, the 1 minute, like for new candles that open. What I'm saying is that you might have different volume at those time periods
Mm-hmm.
because different candles open.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, yeah, that's why I like the
That's how you
4 hour.
use that. That's what I'm saying.
No. I just pay attention to the opening of like yeah, anything like opening of the 4 hour. Pay attention there. You're gonna see what happens. And what happened? How much time is left in this 4 hour? Oh, 44 minutes. But yeah, we open. We spent most of the time up here and went lower. We still got more time, 44 minutes. We could see lower prices, but the way this macro played out, I don't know. We might respect 50% of it and go higher, but yeah, lower prices will be nice to see too, because you get a lower entry. But yeah, this will be good for me to buy because we did this, respected 1300. I might buy stop this. This is paper, so I'll just do it. Mm-mm-mm.
So you buy stop there.
Buy
It's
stop.
actually not bad. It's not an entry.
And if it doesn't get me in,
If it passes that value, there's no reason for it to come back down.
mm-hmm.
It already hit the
And the stop
yeah.
is probably gonna be like just below this low. And what time is this? I'm buy stopping 51. I mean 15.
That's a honestly that's a valid entry because in my opinion it sweeped liquidity, right?
Mhm.
But now if it wants to break on the upside, it has nothing stopping it.
That's true. And the reason why I like buy stops, like, look, if I'm not in the trade, I'm okay. It could go lower as much as it wants. I'm not in the trade. It's just gonna invalidate my entry that I was waiting for. But if it taps me in, I'm gonna wait for a burst of a 5 minute. Stop loss at break even. Simple as that. If it comes back to break even, it comes back. But I like the trades that just run and don't come back to break even because that's why my break even rate is high because it
Yeah.
I lose nothing
So
and
you
I
like
could use that.
taking those small break evens.
Mm-hmm. Because I could use that money to enter the next trade instead of losing mental capital and being like, fuck, I need to get that 500 back. When I could have just been at break even and it just lost nothing, made nothing. I just was wrong. I was proven wrong.
How often do you get break even but the trade goes in your favor?
Um, Pretty often, but like, yeah, I'm usually back in that trade using 369 or yeah, momentum comes back in, money. Yeah, when the market is falling, that's money leaving. I don't want to engage with that. When it's coming back into the market, I'm like, okay, yes, I'm in this. But you see, no entry, no nothing. That would have been a risk of 600. Oh my gosh. But I'm just waiting. Once it takes that low, cancel this bitch.
Yeah, there was no reason to enter that place
Mm-hmm.
unless it broke above.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I personally, what I do, I never enter on wicks or when the 1 minute hasn't closed yet. I wait for close above That's why I don't like limits because sometimes it'll wick
It'll
into
like
my
it.
limit
Yeah,
and then
and
just
it,
reverse
yeah.
animation.
Sometimes they do that. Those are, but the market lets you know that you are wrong quicker than you just, yeah, moving your stop. You know, it's gonna go in my direction. It's gonna go in my direction. It should go. Yeah, yeah. And then next thing you know, your account is blown and you lost 10 times as much than you wanted to. But yeah, stop loss is there to do its job. You pay a specific amount of money to do its job. It could be $200. It don't matter. Lose it because you're not really losing it. You're just paying somebody to do their job.
So this could be a small little, like if we look at a GAN box here, draw a GAN box from the top to the high that I just made.
Again,
Yeah, from the, yeah, to the high I made just now. Oh, what the fuck? Why is yours backward? Why is yours like that? I used the 50% zone. You
okay.
can use a fib too as well.
Yeah,
Fibonacci.
I'll just do the fib then.
Put it from there to there.
I
Look at
didn't
that
get
50% zone.
I didn't get the low.
So we wanted to tap that,
Mm-hmm.
and we can have an entry long.
How weird.
Taps the 50% zone.
But I'll even we'll take this. This is looks nice because this is 9. You'll be by stopping.
I wouldn't.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, if it reverses there, maybe, but it could still drop a little bit before it comes back up. Like I want to look for a perfect entry where you have like no drawdown and there's no reason for you to be in the market.
I feel you. But yeah, what is it? Just look at the market. Look, when it takes a high, what happens? Takes this high. Shoo. Takes this high all the way right here. Shoo. Barely comes back. Takes this high right here. Shoo. That's why I move my stop so fast to break even because it's like if this is the true move, it will just run if it's taking that high. Takes this high all the way over here. Runs. Did it even come back to it? But
Yeah, but it's holding for like a few hours.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But yeah. Man.
Are
Yeah.
you gonna get up later? See,
Yeah.
see how it's going down. It could if it taps. You can if you really want to. You can add a limit order on the 50% zone. So when it taps that,
Mm.
then you know it's a confirmation. If it rejects that zone, it's gonna go on the upside.
Oh, yeah, I don't like limit orders. I like stops because limits they'll just be like if it hits my limit and then just keep still dropping. That's how I don't like.
Yeah,
It's just
true, true. But you'll have your stuff there,
true,
right?
true. But yeah, we'll take this.
So what do you do buy stop? What I'm saying is, so there's no spread, so it wouldn't affect your order, right?
Mm-hmm. Uh, it's not putting me
So right
in.
here would be a limit buy.
Mm.
I'm in right now,
Yeah, in right now.
for instance.
But me, I wait.
So I just entered in the wick. I just entered the wick and I'm up. Right?
Mm.
Let me add my stop to break even.
See, boom.
Do you see what I mean? The entry. So you entered there now,
Yeah.
but you're down. I would have entered in the bottom of the wick
Mm. Yeah.
because it hit that zone and it rejected the 50% zone.
Yeah, it's too.
You know, even if it gets,
Yeah, you don't lose that much.
do you know what I mean? Like you're at zero. I would have been up 150 from that move.
Oh, weird. But you see, this is 21. If this is actually the low, we should go higher. 21 usually goes to 57. Yeah.
But do you see what I mean? How it tapped the zone and it rejected the 50% zone.
No facts, I see.
So if next time you look for entries like this, you can use that as another confluence.
I could. Yeah. I,
No,
I,
I tried great, good, but
mm-hmm.
the thing is, I love your timing because it seems to work really well for you. So I wanted to see if I can incorporate it.
Hope I helped because I just was yapping. I don't know if,
No, I get it. I just want to trade some more with you and then get the way you do your time in
just
bias.
get that experience, do
But
some
you see,
testing.
that would have been a a major entry on the way to me.
Mm-hmm. Nah, that's facts. Like I could have just said bye because it's 21, but you don't want to do that. If you do that, look, I could have
No,
done
no, I
that.
wouldn't.
I could have, yeah.
I would look at other confluences.
Facts, facts, facts.
You don't look at DXY or anything?
Oh, barely. It don't really matter what DXY is doing to me for like, yeah. I don't like all those. Yeah, it's too much. Too much. What is it? Over analyzing is not good at times because you'll get
I
stuck
mean,
in an
it
analysis
works.
paralysis. It does.
It works. I don't use a DXY. I use the other one, but they correlate really well. And if you see a pattern in one instance, you know,
Mm.
so like right now, I don't see. I would have never entered a buy for gold because of what the U.S. indexes are doing.
They're buying, yeah. Feel you. But they need to go higher to go lower.
True, but they're just in an uptrend. They're bullish. So
Mm-hmm. I've not looked at FX in a minute. I mean, I did this weekend. I was doing my review and shit like that. Outlooks. Yeah, it's uppy. Uppy. Good, we left this time level.
I use that.
DJPY. She always trendy. Trendy, trendy, trendy.
I combine all of the U.S. indexes
Mm.
and then I see the average.
I used to trade all the way back here. My drawing still here? Oh no, I deleted it. Shit. I remember catching the
What is that
low.
showing here? Is that a order block or what?
This probably like
Yeah.
a weekly or monthly time frame. Yeah, fair rally gap or yeah, fair rally gap. Yeah, I used to trade back here. Remember this leg? Yeah, we got back here. This is when I used to use the same strategy kind of as Izzy uses. That's how I got this little like the point of invalidation. It was still.
That's crazy. So you did the wheat. So when is that entry must have
Mhm.
been? You're on USD JPY, so
Yeah. Back when I did that forex.
see how it. Yeah. See, I would have never entered the long here though, for gold,
Oh, you
just because my other indices are moving.
makes sense. Makes sense. Me, it don't matter. If the market is in a good market condition, which is usually just up, and if it's down, I just flip my candles and I'm still looking at a buy. Train your eyes to see one side. You don't get stuck in analysis paralysis.
I'll be honest with you. I honestly would do a lot more longs on gold just because the bias is there.
Hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Unless that bias changes, I would just be in longs.
No, facts, facts. But yeah,
Let's do 1 minute here. What's going on with the entry?
yeah, that shit came right back. Goodness.
So if it's in the zone again, that 50%, we don't want to see it past. Oh no, go back to your entry. Just gapping.
Mm-hmm.
Futures, it's what I've seen too is very. It doesn't move a lot during these sessions like Sunday,
During Asia, I was about to be
but
nine
Forex
thirty.
moves more.
That's true. True. But yeah, because the market is not technically even open until tomorrow, 9:30 for futures.
That's the thing too, though. I don't trade the New York session, US.
Is it because it'll be night there?
Too, yes, but it's also high volatility.
Yeah, that's what we need.
I don't like that. I like taking trends and I like taking it slow. I don't want to accidentally have an order and then just like goes in high drawdown when my stop is on in, you know what I mean?
Nah, I feel you. Feel you. That's why I always protect.
because sure you can make a lot, but you can lose a shit ton too.
No, that's facts. Both sides are there. But yeah, if
I told you
21 is the
today the
one.
story. I was in the shower and I actually placed 3 lot order
Hmm.
because I was taking a shower like it was really late on my time, maybe 5 a.m., 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And then after 3 minutes, I checked my phone. I'm like, what? And I had to close the position because I was down 3,000.
Damn. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. Now I've had some of those. I used to smoke weed and trade, and then I'll fall asleep, wake up, and I'm like, oh shit, there was no stop
Mm-hmm.
loss. No stop loss. Fuck.
There's no stop loss I forgot.
Yeah. I'm just like, damn. So I had full trust. I mean, the weed made me delusional to think like, boom, this shit going my way this time. Cause I had winners, like previous, past like four were winners, winners, winners. I was like, hey, no way, I'm getting this wrong. And then boom, negated all those winners. Yeah. But you know, those are the stories we tell our grandchildren when we're rich.
But
Mm-mm.
the thing I'm trying to work on too here are automated strategies, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't read it better than a human can. Like, but if somehow I can replicate time intervals and stuff like that, I like it because I can backtest years of data.
Mm-hmm.
I know if it works.
Yeah, and time is always
The
consistent.
problem with these things,
Yeah.
right, is the market might change next year and it might not follow the rules you're trading right now.
Hey.
That's why I don't like manually trading because it might work for a year or two,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you might be profitable and be like, oh, I'm so successful. And then the years after that, the strategy you've been using might be obsolete, you know?
But how long has time been like a strategy? Like 369. How long has niggas been trading that?
I think that's fine,
Mm-hmm.
right? But it might perform better in certain market conditions than others.
I
But
feel you.
like for other people that use certain entries and stuff like that that are more technical
Mm-hmm.
analysis, not time based,
Mm-hmm.
I think you're okay. But like others traders, I just don't like the uncertainty of it. Do you know what I mean?
No, I feel you.
I want to
There's
be
always uncertainty
certain.
in the markets, bro.
I want to be certain that in 10 years this will still be working and it's an edge that I have in the market. It's not just
Yeah.
because the market's moving this way. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Time will always be there. I'll tell you that. I don't think it's going away. And oh my goodness, look
I
how.
understand. I think you're good.
Yeah,
What I'm saying is other traders with technical analysis.
I feel you. I
But
feel you.
I also don't know backtesting your strategy, right?
Mm-hmm.
How like I always try to see how I would react in the real markets. I'm like, would I actually enter my position here? Would I stop here? Because a lot of people, when they backtest, they're like, oh, I would have entered here.
Mm-hmm.
How would you entered there? And what if you exited earlier? You would have held through that pullback? That's what I ask them all the time because you need the psychology needs to be there, right?
Psychology and
'Cause
experience.
especially with Angelo, he doesn't hold trades at all,
Mm.
right?
All
So he just pulls out right before he,
right.
it's not.
Yo, it's the minute man. But
I mean,
yeah, but you see how this daily open on NQ and we have no top. I mean bottom wick.
yes.
Yeah, this is good signs that we gonna go and create that bottom wick. Just catching this little tiny move to there. That's more than enough that you need. Wait, so how do you backtest? Let me ask that. Like,
Oh no, I'm talking about. I don't usually. Uh,
do you case
what type of
study
practicing?
like to see like how you found your strategy? Like, did you like case study it first to see what market conditions it's good for it to, you know,
Yeah, and
use? Or is
US,
like you just
it's just too volatile for it.
mm,
And it doesn't follow. What I do is a lot of trend line trading, uh, pattern trading, mixed with it's really difficult to backtest. The reason is because I use the baskets, like the US baskets,
Oh, gotcha.
to confluence my entries,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I can't really backtest it well, but
Yeah, like starting. What I was really asking is like, do you use the replay tool right away, or do you see like, okay, this is an area I will get involved in, and then this is an area I will get involved in, this is another area I'll get involved in, and then okay,
I mean, you're saying
how would I get
areas
involved?
involved, and like I wouldn't look at that period because it was consolidating.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a higher time frame, so maybe I could have traded because I scalped too.
Mm-hmm.
I could have traded within 1 hour, just in that candle. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. What is it? EMAs. Oh yeah, there's certain criterias. What's
Well, I use VWAP and I use VMAs, and I draw trend lines myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the 5 minute, the 1 minute to draw trend lines,
Mm-hmm.
and then usually I see the other time frames.
I feel you. What is gold doing,
Uh,
man?
yeah, there you go. It's doing it. It tapped. Do you see how it almost tapped the 50% again
No, my shit
on your entry?
lagging. Lagging,
Like you
man.
on your laptop?
Yeah, I'm on a laptop. Still at my boy's house. You're just smoking earlier. Oh, shit.
I'll be honest with you, that would have been a beautiful entry at 50%. So.
Oh, that's true.
But you would have entered on that low wick.
Not for real, but you see
It
20.
doesn't matter. It works. It works.
Not.
That was a pullback. That was a clear pullback because it rejected that zone. It didn't pass it,
Mm-hmm.
and then I would have entered, but not as soon as you entered.
Mm. Okay, right
And we
now.
can see this can sweep the highs here
Mm.
because I mean,
For a fact, I think she will go back all the way to EQ. Possibly we might go higher, but this is where I will break even because we have this 5 minute candle. Look at that burst
so you would move it below the other one.
on
You
top.
can't wick out there.
On top. Yeah, I'll take that, and then I'll look for another entry. Just yeah, instead of being $300 still at risk, I'm risking zero or commissions. I'm getting my commissions back. That's it. That's why I put it slightly above. I never put it directly on it or whatever. Because commissions are a bitch, especially if you do like micros, answer all those like 20 lot, I mean 20 contracts or whatever. Yeah, these highs are not safe. And Friday's high might be taken too. Yeah, I should have took this on the naive, but should would could have. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly. It's not.
Mm-hmm.
You're just testing.
Yeah, so this would have been fire. Oh, but yeah. Any?
Perfectly. I'll let you go, and then you'll come back later, eh?
Oh yeah. I'll be on Tom's group. You gonna be there?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Alright, straight up. I'll catch you, bro.
I'll trade London. I don't know